Hey, good morning team. Strength and Heart Fitness here, going through deadlift with the kettlebell. So two things we're going to talk about here, hip hinge as well as the deadlift. Got one prop here, so something that you can easily find in any house, which is like a broomstick. This is obviously not a broomstick, but things that we're going to look at though. So with this, you're looking for 3 points of contact. So that is the head, the mid-back, and the tailbone. Those 3 points of contact are going to allow you to keep a straight and or neutral spine and focus on posture. That is important in all movements, not just kettlebell, but anything that you're doing. That neutral spine, generally straight spine is going to allow you to have success with all things that you do that are physical, and that's what's going to make the difference. So with that, posture, and I'll change to a sideways position as well. Feet are about shoulder width apart and standing up straight and tall, and then we're going to move into hip hinge position. So from the side, we'll use our trusty broomstick or staff, what have you, looking to create that position, looking for 3 points of contact, again, head, mid-back, and the tailbone, and you should find a natural space in the back of the neck as well as at the low back. That is the natural curvature of the spine, and those 3 points of contact should always be there. So this bends because it's PVC, but that stick will not, so that broomstick won't bend. And so if you close those gaps in the neck or the low spine or low back, you will find that you are flexing your back in inappropriate locations, causing additional strain where you don't need it. So starting with what's called a hip hinge, we're just looking here, hinging the hips and trying to make sure that we do not allow that gap and that space, the low back, to get lost. If you keep your like a finger there and you feel that that space gets smaller, then you need to come up. So it's more about the control of the low back than it is of how far you bend over. So if you notice, if I bend over, I will go, I lost my 3rd point of contact, no bueno. So, quick, fast, in a hurry. Here, hip hinge, the butt extends, right, past, the shins are perpendicular to the ground, meaning that they're vertical, and you come back up. So this is essentially the hip hinge, which is intuitive of all, or not all, most kettlebell movements, as well as athletic positioning and when we perform. So that will allow us to go into the deadlift. So the deadlift, same thing. Kettlebell is between the toes. You want it almost center of the body. You want it right close as you can have that. So this way you're good. So again, we're going to hinge. Now this is where that exception is, because sometimes the size of the kettlebell versus the height of the person might be different, but where you'll want to squat and use your knees. So it's always lifting with the legs, but you'll come down, take a good grasp of it, get that posture again, and then you're just standing up with it. No need to shrug the shoulders or do anything else. It's just control, and you should feel that nice tight spot in the hamstring that's going to allow you to know that you've hit your range of motion and you're back up. You do not have to touch the ground, nor should you try to touch the ground, because that generally will cause you to lose your correct posture and risk more injury to the back than you want. So kettlebell again, nice close to the body, and you maintain control. With this, core is engaged. Exhale on the way up in the lift, and you're good. Now, progression, you can always go with a single leg. Same thing though, right? So one leg is back, put that leg in the other in the front. It's going to be the same. So spine is still neutral. Hips come back. Just the same. Now, if you want to get real fancy, you can go on one foot. I don't have the balance for that right now, so we won't go that route. with that, let me know below what your questions are. And other thing I didn't point out is ensuring that the weight of your body as well as the weight of what you're lifting stays in the heels. So enjoy, hope you like this video, comment, and let me know.